Welcome back to Grow Joyfully. I had such great hopes for today. When I got up, there was some sunshine. It looked like it had just rained, but the sun was trying to come out. And now, look at it. Rainy, rainy, rainy. I know this is March. This is when we need to get our precipitation so things can grow. Well, Lucy and I are on the porch, but we have to make our way out. Hi, honey. To the greenhouse, and I want to welcome you all back to Grow Joyfully and Garden Tour Saturday. Your host is Grandma Sandy. Co-hosts are Suffolk Susie, Patricia Ann Cube, and Growing on Vancouver Island. It's an open collab where anyone can join. You just have to include the hashtag Garden Tour Saturday. So, I'll try to film on the way out to the greenhouse, but since it's raining, that might be a little difficult. So I will be making the video from inside the greenhouse. It's 45 degrees outside, and inside it is only about 55 degrees. The herbal tea of the day is hibiscus and raspberry leaf and pomegranate and raspberry leaf. My youngest daughter is taking off for a couple of days pretty soon, and my sister and her husband just went on a cruise, so I'm going to be a little bit lonely. It is Saturday, so I'll have my husband home, so that will be nice. I'm still trying to get a whole bunch of things potted up. And my daughter was able to get 2 raspberry plants right here that we dug out of the ground yesterday. She got them in little pots until we can get them over to the pasture garden, because we're still working on the ground to try to make it nice for the 4 new grapes that we have. And we have great expectations for that. That'll be just nice. I wanted to show you how big and beautiful the Gazante tomato is, and the 42-day tomatoes are growing really well. Look at all these growing along here. They're getting bigger and bigger. And I'm sure I started them too soon, but it's cheaper than therapy. Take a look at the little blossoms on that sun gold cherry. For some reason, they're just so limp looking, but they're not lacking water, so that's not it. So I don't want to water them anymore. I'll just try to keep them healthy and keep looking after them. So we just have so many things growing in here and so many more things to pot up. Look at these, even more. But that's okay because I love it. I'm trying to get the brassicas, or broccoli, kale, cauliflower, cabbage, etc., potted up and healthier and bigger. But I do run out of time. If you can see those over there, they're getting a lot bigger and healthier now that they've been put in their own cups. And that's what I need to do with these guys and get them finished. So it's working, and I really love it. Let's get started. Daughter bought us some more of that really good potting mix at our local farm store here. And this time I'm trying vermiculite in it. I do like vermiculite and perlite. I kind of go back and forth on them. I had a little bit of perlite left, so we put that in there too. And then the vermiculite's the little tiny, I'll show you the package. Professional grade vermiculite. Lightweight, sterile, absorbent mineral with so many uses. And it helps to start root cuttings, to store your bulbs in, to lighten the soil and retain moisture. So this type of medium, perlite or vermiculite, is very, very useful in getting your soil to drain, because if you don't put something like this in, this really nice soft potting mix has a tendency to clump and maybe dampen off your plants. That's why I think they put so much bark mulch in some of the potting mixes. But I would prefer to go this way, especially with my seedlings. When you get out in the garden, the chunkier bark mulch is fine with things like that. That's okay for when you get out in the garden in your raised beds or the ground. But for my seedlings, I want something like this, something light and fluffy, yet will drain. You got to have it drain. There's a tiny bit of weak sunlight poking through the clouds. That's good. I'm going to try, this is upside down, but I have it opened, to plant some Utah yellow sweet Spanish onion. Now I do have 3 different kinds of the onion sets. The yellow, the purple, and the white. So I'm not reliant on these. They don't have to germinate and grow because I do have those sets. But I am curious to see how far I can grow it from seeds like this. So far I have potted up 7 cups of kale. And over there I finished potting up the early golden acre cabbage. The sun is coming out so much more and I'm really, really enjoying it. It's so beautiful when it's out. I'm getting a lot of potting up done. Right now I am potting up orange Rossellini tomatoes. They are, they're more like a grape tomato, I would have to say. They're more elongated like a grape tomato. They're not as long as a sausage-shaped tomato, so they're somewhere there in between. I'll try to remember to put a picture up on the screen. So I'm working on these. I got the true Siberian kale potted up and quite a few of the broccoli Sun King. They're still really small. They just have been growing so slowly. And one of the red brandywines. So I'm just chugging along here, trying to get everything potted up. It's going to take a long time, that's all I have to say. I'm also part of another open collaboration hosted by Janita of Janita's BF Well Wishes Gardening. And it is hashtag Let's Share Our Plants Success and Disaster Stories. So this is going to be my disaster story. Maybe they're supposed to look like this. I don't know. But they're turning purple. They're just not growing. They've been growing since February 10th. And I'm quite concerned about them. So I'm going to put them in another cup with a different potting up medium. The good medium that I have right now. And really hope that I see some change, some progress. It would be a shame to spend that much time waiting for them. And then not have them grow or do well. So that is my plants disaster story. And the host is Janita of Janita's BF Well Wishes Gardening. So you can join the collab too. It's an open collab. All you have to do is use the hashtag Let's Share Our Plants Success and Disaster Stories. Okay, so I finished for now potting up the orange Rossellini. They all have several in each of the pots, but because their size is small and I'm just hoping to get my husband's new greenhouse here and built and in place before I have to pot them up again, I am just having them share containers. It'll be a lot easier and take up a lot less room. I'm getting tired. I have potted up, let's see, 1, 2, 3... at least 4 trays full of plants. And it's almost 5 o'clock. I think I'm going to call it for the day. My daughter made it safely down to where she was going to visit. That's good. My sister made it safely to Houston to pick up the boat. She's going to go on a cruise. And the day is nicer. We're going to go out and see our oldest son and his wife and kids because we just need family. So I hope you have a lovely day, that things are going forward in your garden or even just in your greenhouse. Spring is coming, like Jen from Easy Street with Jen said. So don't give up. It is around the corner. The weather still is throwing us a few curveballs. We're not going to let it get us down, are we? We're going to keep on keeping on and keep growing and stowing and having a great time. You guys have a lovely day. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the people that give me a shout out on their channels. And so many of you, and appreciate you. And I want to return the favor, and I really try. So you have a lovely day, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks for stopping by.